Snowmen at Night, Lesson 1, Understanding Value in Art. By Bonjour Bijou. How is value used in art? Value is the lightness or the darkness of a color. Value allows 2D drawings to transform into 3D drawings. So let's practice from dark to light. We'll use the color purple, and we'll just shade, and we'll use pressure. And voila, you can just use pressure to transform a color from dark to light. To give shape to an object, we use a value scale. The value scale consists of black, dark, medium, light, and white. So let's try this with the color purple as our base color. Next, to create a lighter tint, we'll use the base color with maybe a little bit less pressure, and we'll add white. So we'll repeat the same process, but we want to have a lighter tint, so less pressure and add more white. For the shaded side, we'll add our base color, and then we'll add some black. We repeat the same process now, with more pressure and more black. By using white and black, we can transform our base color into different shades. Shading techniques. So we'll use a pencil and practice some shading techniques. This is hatching. We're just going up and down. You can make the line tighter, which will make it look darker, or space them out, which makes it look lighter. So for cross-hatching, we'll do pretty much the same thing, but we cross-hatch them like so. This is stippling. So we're just adding in dots. If we want it to be darker, we'll add the dots closer together. If we want it to be lighter, the dots will be further apart. And finally, blending. So we end up doing some contour hatching, and then we use our finger to blend everything together. The different parts of shading. In order for objects to take on 3D form, we need to understand how a light source creates a highlight, a shadow, which is on the opposite side of the highlight, a cast shadow, and reflected light. Let's use the techniques we learned about value scale and shading to create 3D objects. Let's add yellow for our light source. The light source will hit the objects, hence we'll have a highlight of white here, and a highlight here as well. So let's start filling in our value scale to help us shade in our object. So number 3 will be our base color, and we'll start coloring that in. And now for number 2, we apply less pressure to make the color lighter. And we can also add white to make it lighter in value. For number 4, we add more pressure. But we also add black. This will create a darker shade. We can even add in more black to make the shadow darker. And finally, for our cast shadow, we'll just use black, and we'll make sure to apply more pressure where it's closer to the object. For this worksheet and other educational resources by Bonjour Bijou, click on the link.